And welcome to STARGEEKZ. We're here for another episode, and this time it's a good review. This is gonna be a doozy. But this is Sean.
This is Lil.
This is Steve.
And from the beautiful forest moon of Endor, this is Ed.
And no, the echo left. There was an echo for a second, but it's gone.
Oh, there's an echo. I just changed my mic up. But what's going on, everybody? Man, this is another Star Wars week. Not a lot of news, but some news to talk about. I don't know if you guys know 3210 studio in the Bay Area is closing. That was actually the original Industrial Light and Magic studio that's closing because they already have another one, but that was like one of the original spots where they did a lot. Yeah, they did a lot. They actually still were doing a lot of work until the end, actually, but it finally closed this week. I think it was yesterday. I think it may have closed. But a piece of history, Star Wars history. Closed.
Everything's closing in California, bro.
I mean, yeah, more. You know what I mean? Like,
especially in the Bay Area, they are leaving so fast.
Really?
Oh yeah, like I think it was like Nordstrom's was like, yeah, we're done, we're out. Like everybody's leaving. CVS is like, yeah, we're just gonna close all our Bay Area stores.
I think Walgreens is
theft is too much.
Yeah. Well, they're closing because no one's using practical effects anymore. And I mean, unfortunately, everything.
And it's a damn shame because if they were, we'd have movies like the one we're going to review tonight.
Yeah, Steve, real shit though. To be honest, like, yeah, you're right.
Listen, spoiler alert for our review. I enjoyed every minute of it. So even the bad ones.
Well, we are reviewing Caravan of Courage and Ewok Adventure, but. Yeah, that was just some sad news, for Star Wars stuff. I mean, just a part of history and part of, again, practical effects are just dead. So not much you can really do about it. Some other news Columbia this week. Alil sent it to me. I didn't even know. Like, Alil's on top of
it. I'm all on the streetwear.
Yeah. Yeah. Alil's on top of his fashion game. This week, Columbia actually dropped a new collection of their Take on the Empire. It doesn't drop till 12/1/23, available in 28 days, but they are releasing a lot of cool shit. And I mean, if you're not on the Columbia Star Wars,
you're at least getting those goggles, right? You're just gonna put those on your shelf.
I mean, I don't know, Steve. That Skywalker pilot ski suit don't look too bad, but where in the fuck am I going to ski?
But it kind of looks like you're a prisoner, though. Like, you better be careful walking around.
You're right. It does.
Just saying, man. You better not be running anywhere in that thing. You know what I mean? You're asking for trouble.
Yeah, I thought this shirt was cool, though.
It's odd. I've noticed lately a lot of these, big name companies are picking up geek IP and putting out these fashion brands.
Ooh, I like that fanny pack, though.
Yeah, the fanny pack is probably the one I'd probably end up picking up.
Columbia's always had this though. They had this for the last like 5-6 years though.
No, the IP they have. They've been doing a lot of work, but I'm just saying they're picking these up. But then if you look at the pricing, oh my god, some of this stuff is ridiculously priced. The goggles are $300.
$300 for the goggles. $50.
I mean, $50 that's actually a good price for a fanny pack. I think
that's not bad.
A decent fanny pack is about $50. Yeah. But $300 for those goggles, I was like, man, are they VR? Like, what's going on? like that's in this jumpsuit, it's $500. I was
God
like,
damn, you better not gain any weight when you buy that. You're gonna have to wear that for years, bro.
Yo, Steve, you are so right. And I thought about that shit. I was like, ooh.
Better get that a size big,
I was gonna say, do they sell it in Porkins? Like, that's what I was gonna say. You look on the tags and it's like it's fucking it's Skywalker, it's got I'm drawing a blank on the other dude that's in all
Wait,
of them.
The size chart is going to go to
Porkins.
Luke, Biggs, and Porkins.
That's a lot of fabric, man.
But this was really cool that Bubba Wallace and like he knocked on the door of Mark Hamill and came out and he gave him like the fucking helmet. Like that shit was cool as hell. And even the car. And Ed was telling me that like at the end of the like this next, I guess, race, they have one car that'll be what is it, X-Wing, I guess, and the other one was a TIE fighter or something.
Yeah, so this racing team has two cars. They've got number 23 is Bubba Wallace, and then 45 is Tyler Reddick. Obviously, this is the X-Wing.
This is Jordan's race team, right? I believe Jordan.
Is it? I don't know who owns it.
I'm almost positive it's
either true or Lil's just trying to, throw another
ignore Jordan.
But they'll have both of those wraps going for the season finale for NASCAR in Phoenix this weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I want that hat too, man.
I want Bubba Wallace's helmet. That looks awesome.
I wish I could get a piece of that helmet. That helmet is fucking sick as shit, though. But
so Bubba Wallace currently races for, was it XI21? Is that what it is? XI23 XI is the race team that is owned by Michael Jordan.
That's a cool shirt too.
I know, Steve. That shirt is cool, and that's the back, and then that's the front. Not bad.
I like that.
I
like that the logo on the side of the hat.
Yeah. Oh, this right here.
The Jedi symbol. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm not really a trucker hat guy, but like
I know. I'm sitting here in my fitted cap, like this is really nice too.
I'm more of a 5-panel dude, so like but I mean this guy's pretty hefty, so I'm not getting this jacket. Like I think Heroes and Villains has a better jacket. I'll probably get that, but that was a little bit of news. I'm not sure, Ed, you said you had some news, right?
I'm gonna put that helmet on.
One thing that I saw was Screen Rant had a little thing talking about, because when we were doing the Ahsoka breakdown, like one of the biggest things was early on how Sabine talked the lightsaber to the chest and was like it was no big deal. They were saying that in some of the canon material that Shin's lightsaber was listed as a light foil variant, which is smaller and less powerful, so it causes less damage.
I mean, it fucking went right through her, though.
I don't make the news. I just report it.
I mean, it was a stab through, which usually cauterizes the wound. It's why Qui-Gon shouldn't have died, because usually that type of heat would have cauterized that wound right away.
Yeah,
unless it goes right through a major organ like your heart, in which case.
Which maybe that's what happened to Qui-Gon versus.
I mean, hers was off to the side. I get it.
Missed
but
it, but I agree. I agree. It's
liver shot.
A convenient factor, right?
That's also lethal. It's also very bad news.
You don't need the whole thing.
Well, Sabine definitely doesn't have it. So.
That pretty much was all the news that I know about. They're working on season 2 of Industrial Light and Magic on Disney. And that was really cool. And I love the first one. I think I watched it like damn near 50 times, but like just watch the second one was cool. And for the toy box this week, for the Star Wars toy box, I did get
separate toy boxes.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, but I'll be sharing this on the regular show as well. But, it's a Star Wars show. It's got to be Star Wars shit. That's all I come with anyway, every week anyway. So
I'm going to put you in solo mode here.
I got the season 2 maquette for the Mandalorian, Gamorrean Guard by Regal Robot. Very cool piece. Very, very cool. Love the detail on it. They did Regal Robot knocked it out of the park. They did a great job on this. And it looks just like Jon Favreau's picture when he took that picture for season 2 of Mandalorian season 2. And it comes with a little plaque, 124 numbered. I'm not really sure how many. I think it was maybe 150. But yeah, really cool piece to have. So
is it static or is it posable?
No. This is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so I wasn't sure.
It's just like this.
You do your own stop motion.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool as shit. But no, yeah, I wish it was. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah,
really cool. Would you have the patience for it?
No.
Yeah.
I would never do anything.
You get like 8 pictures in and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, yeah. Like,
I'm not doing this.
It's a millisecond long.
Like,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Like I'm looking at myself like, what am I doing? Like,
You know,
at a certain point, you're gonna be mid pose and have like an existential crisis. You're like, what has
There's-
my life come to?
well, it's funny you say there's an episode of Parks and Rec where Ben
Yes.
he quits. He gets fired from his job or quits his job, and he decides to do like this claymation thing, and he's worked on it for like weeks, and then he's like, all right, let me show it to you, and it was literally like the claymation getting up out of bed, and then like it stopped, and he's like, well, wait, it's got to be more than that. Hold on a second. He goes back to play it again, and then Rob Lowe looks at him and he's like, great job, buddy. He's trying to be encouraging. He's just like, he's in need of a lot of help. You know, he's like the camera. It's a hilarious.
Yeah, I remember it was so terrible, but yeah. Yeah, I have no patience, Steve. I would never do it. So yeah.
So it's good that it's just a statue then. You win.
Yeah. Let's keep it that way.
At the end of the day, you win, right?
That's why we stopped collecting extra figures. We didn't want to fucking pose them anymore. We're like, fuck this. We're so tired.
Seriously, like guess what I've had happen ever since I built these shelves for my remaining action figures.
Yo, I remember I got
Keep
into
falling over.
I got into a whole thing with somebody about action figures and posing. Oh my god, I can't even remember who it was, man. Yo, we went back and forth on this stuff, and it was crazy. I'm like, come on, man.
I guess I'm just lazy. I don't want to pose it. I'm just like,
Well,
I'd
yeah,
rather just have a statue. It just sits there and looks cool all the time, and it doesn't fall over whenever the fucking door opens and shuts.
It's even with the hot toys. I just, whatever.
I mean, yo,
I don't even want to mess with those because like if I pose them and break a joint, $300. I'm like, yeah, I'll just leave it like this.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, and I used to give you shit about posing, but now
Basically, your hot toys are just like suit mannequins.
They are. That's it. I bought it for the suit. I'm cheering on the clothing.
They don't ever look right. It's like whenever they show the Spider-Man pose, I'm always like, it just looks like the fabric's gonna rip at some point. Like
it stretches. That's the thing too. It bunches and stretches. I'm like, well, I don't want to deal with that. Stagnant standing up.
Yeah.
So
somebody just got a new statue. Well, yeah, send us pictures of it, man, so we can share it on the show. That'd be dope.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so
who was the statue? I'm curious, Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy, who was the
cryptic
statue?
Ass, sounds like kind of guys like posts on Facebook like something terrible happened today, and that's it.
Yeah.
God damn, and you go into the comments and he never responds to anything. You're like, oh, what was it?
All right.
Something terrible. I stubbed my toe. It's like you're thinking somebody died. It's like Guts from Berserk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's nice. All right.
Didn't we look at a Guts statue? Didn't you show us one recently, Sean? On the
videos. Yeah.
Oh, pretty good. All right, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No, shit. All right. So we're here for a reason.
Ewok Adventure.
To talk about the Ewok Adventures.
Signing off. Thanks, guys. Good night.
You already put the time in. You might as well.
Yeah, you didn't already.
A lot of time.
It's a long fucking movie.
So
it is, especially when you try to watch it 3 times in 3 straight nights, and you're like, I'm gonna go watch something else.
Caravan of Courage, an Ewok Adventure, 1984, created by George Lucas, directed by John Courtry. The synopsis is: when a family spacecraft crashes on the forest moon of planet Endor, teenage son Mace, played by Eric Walker, and his little sister Sindel, played by Aubrey Miller, find themselves separated from their parents. Soon, these lost children encounter the Ewoks, small furry warriors who call the moon home. With a little help, these adorable yet fearless natives, brother and sister, set out on a quest to rescue their parents from the grip of the vicious monster known as Gorax. Ewok Adventures from 1984.
Who is the narrator?
Made for TV.
Lives.
Yes.
This so good.
This was an ABC
ABC
special.
Yes. Yep. I remember seeing it when it came out.
They only wanted to make this, so George and them were looking at putting it together a half-hour TV show.
Yes.
Just a one-episode, one-off half-hour. Nobody wanted it. ABC said, if you make it 2 hours, we'll make it the movie of the week. And so they went back and said, okay, let's make it 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I can
thank God.
So I'm gonna start my review. I'm gonna go first on this one. This is the review part. I am going to say that this was a fantastic movie. This was not. There was nothing that. Okay, there was many things wrong. There's many things wrong with it, but I'm gonna take my 1984 self, kid, and I'm gonna merge it with myself now. I love this movie back in the 80s. So, like, this was a great movie back in the 80s and 84. Now, there's a lot of things that could be done differently. But at the same time, they used what they had, and it was all like, you know, some stop motion, because they couldn't do the new stuff because I don't think the budget was there. I forgot if that's what it was.
$2 million budget.
Because the budget
$2 million.
$2 million in 84? Yo,
they couldn't, because the new stop motion, it was cut motion, so they didn't have the budget for that, so they had to use stop motion.
Which I don't complain about those parts. Those parts, I think those parts look fine.
I think they did too. So honestly, I would love to see a remake or a new adventure of this Ewok storyline. This was before, you know, it was before Return of the Jedi. I got that clarified from Ed. He definitely told me that. But to me, there wasn't really that bad. There was some, again, I'm gonna get into it when we get into spoilers. I wanted to kill this kid, but at the same time, again,
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, it's definitely it gets a hero for me. I really enjoyed it, and I had fun with it. It was a great adventure, to be honest. There was some cool shit, and there was some shit that just, oh god. But yeah, I'm gonna pass it off to Steve.
You trying to get the good ones out first?
Of course. Yeah.
I also loved it. Now, I was born in 83. This came out in 84. I didn't see it when it first dropped. But when I did first see it, I was the perfect age for it. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you haven't seen this movie and you're watching it for the first time and you're in your 30s, 40s, 20s, it's not great. But when you watch it for the first time and you're like 8, it like hits you don't care about the acting and all that shit. It's all bright colors and you know, like
a little furry.
Well, and it's a basic story for kids.
It's super easy to follow.
You got
everything is right
narrating
there.
it, telling you what is happening.
Do I have gripes? A ton. Am I going to make a lot of jokes about this movie? They're going to come in droves. I have lots of points to make. There is a lot of crazy shit that happens. And for a kid's movie, this whole story involves a lot of fucking death. So, I mean, I think we need to get back there to the point, you know, kids' movies now, nobody fucking dies. Everyone makes it out. Kids' movies back in the day, shit was in peril all the time. The acting is off. You know, the acting is bad all across the board. And I wish Star Wars would figure out who blinks and who doesn't, because the droids fucking blink, but the Ewoks don't, and I don't.
Yo,
they doing this?
State of shock.
I was thinking that the whole time.
I was watching for it and I didn't see it, but I watched one on Disney Plus. Maybe I don't know. But I also give it a hero, Sean. I have a nostalgic love for this. Right? I can very easily recognize that it's a bad movie. It's not good, right? But it still scratches. I still like the music kicks in. Also, I live in this area. You know what I'm saying? The landscape of this is where I live. The green trees with the freaking yellow hills, like it's exactly the locale. So all of this is just scratches a nice itch for me. So I also give it a hero. Although I know you're gonna poo all over it, but I don't know what Ed's gonna do, so I'm gonna throw it to him first.
So for me, I've been a Star Wars fan the whole time. I was in the 7th grade. I remember when it came out. It was the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Now, we had gone a full year of no Star Wars content. So even as a almost teenager, Star Wars content was fantastic. Looking at it now, yes, all of those big, giant, gaping holes and acting issues are right in my face. So the young self, absolute hero. Today's version, probably more of a sidekick because I can't see past Mace's horrible delivery of everything. But I still do enjoy it. It was a struggle at a few points to get through. Yeah. So for me, it
felt like kid actors from the 80s, though, right? Like,
in the 80s again.
I'm just thinking about that scene where the Ewok died and Mace is taking the axe. He's like, I can't take your axe, stars. And then how he pulls it off.
Mace not only does nothing in this movie, but he actively fucks everything up.
Actively.
The big thing
we
for me
cannot get through a scene without him fucking something up.
He is the worst piece of existence in Star Wars history.
Well, they hired
and he
him.
crashed the fucking ship.
Oh wow, it was his fault. But
you're gonna say they hired him for what?
They hired him specifically because he looked like Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I can definitely tell that. Yeah.
They were trying to replicate the Star Wars feel.
Well, they put him in the damn suit too.
Yeah, he's wearing the flight suit.
So,
and it looked like he had a hilt of a. I know it wasn't, but when he gets dragged out of the lake, he has like something hanging off of his belt that looked like a hilt of a lightsaber. I was like,
Yo,
lightsaber.
If he somehow had force powers, I would have been like, what the fuck?
Mace with a lightsaber.
That would be if it were done today. If it were done today, he'd have force powers.
For sure. Jeremy, who's joining us, says he loves this movie because the nostalgia when he was a toddler. It worked when I was a kid. Thought they were one and the same. Him and Mark Hamill. And that was the key, right? This movie was so geared toward children. It was not geared toward the adults.
No.
Oh no.
Not at all.
No, we'll shoot the Burl Ives piece of it because first thing any kid thinks of is him narrating Rudolph.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, we're in Rudolph territory, you know.
I could just sleep.
So we get the claymation, right? We get the whole claymation thing. So,
all right, Khalil,
bring it home.
So I did not have the childhood nostalgia for this movie. I've talked many a times that Star Wars when I was a kid was not my number one thing. I liked Darth Vader. I thought that the concept of Darth Vader. I didn't really love the movies as a kid. My appreciation for the movies came a lot later in life. That's the meme that we keep saying. Oh
my God. Remember we had a red one?
I'm glad we did. Bite that pillow. It's
he's so ugly. They're not cute. Like I hate the descriptions. Like the cuddly cute. I'm like those things are fucking ugly, bro.
It could be a horror movie for. So here's the thing. I don't give it a 0, right? Like I do not like this movie. I do not want to go back. If we have to do a third review of this movie, I will take the night off. I can't do it. I suffered trying to get through it this time, and we did review this one a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I think at that point, I think we were all in on Star Wars content. So everything was like happy-go-lucky until we got to episode 8. And now I'm not to say that I'm bitter on it, but I'm watching it, and there's no nostalgic love for it. I didn't care for the Ewoks. Even though I dressed up my twins when they were babies as Ewoks. I appreciate the practical effects. I appreciate the claymation. I appreciate the creature design. So all those elements of it, I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed seeing that and seeing the cuts between the puppeteering, then the claymation. The close-up puppeteering, you could tell it's a puppet. Then it goes the claymation scene, especially when the Ewoks are battling that, whatever that giant dog thing was.
Squirrel rat giant thing.
Yeah, whatever it was. And even the giant at the end, I thought that was really
oh wow!
This movie is full of terrible memes.
This movie.
Really, this is
all
it.
day.
But at the end of the day, like the kid actors, and it's you're right, Steve. We try even when we're doing our horror movie reviews. It's like we don't want to shit on the kid actors, but this main kid, like the girl, to me, got a pass, right?
So
very bland. She did her
Let
thing.
me tell you real quick. They, during the filming of this movie, they had to feed her the lines. Like she didn't know any of the lines.
Well,
like,
she's
had
really
to
young.
Feeding her.
Yeah. So she gets the pass, and it's fine. I guess there's a documentary out there for this that the kid and Wicket they filmed. They gave them cameras because they were like both 14 at the time, and they filmed the making of, and it was released at one point, but hasn't been released since. And like it's a hard thing to find.
Yeah.
It's just a movie that I feel like adds nothing to the Star Wars lore. It's in the Star Wars universe.
It really adds. It doesn't add anything.
And it adds nothing.
So it's inconsequential. It's nice. It's just a little slice of life.
But it's canon. It's canon.
I thought they took it out of canon at one point.
Yeah, I think it's in that Legends category.
They made it Legends. Yes, it's Legends.
Did they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I read that today. It was Legend. That's why I was like,
oh, okay.
Oh, so this doesn't really count. But they did put it in between the two movies.
But what would the Star Wars universe be different if it was canon? Is what I'm asking.
It might be worse. So.
What? How dare you? Shut your mouth.
Star Wars universe wouldn't even know it.
That Star Wars High Republic cell shading bullshit show.
Oh, I agree. That's a pilot one, right?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, so I don't even know.
Was it New Republic? I don't remember.
I can't remember. Nobody watched it.
Tales of the Jedi. I haven't watched that either.
That's great. You talking about? You crazy?
I haven't watched it. I just said I haven't watched it. I don't know.
Oh, we got to review that.
That's where I'm at with this. It's just, to me, it adds nothing. It wasn't entertaining. I give it props for what it did, especially for the time for a TV movie. It's a $2 million budget made for TV movies, so you're not expecting the top of the line effects. I'm just curious why, a year, 2 years after Jedi, that this is where Lucas goes with his property. Like at this point, like you've made so much money.
Then now you can do vanity projects like this.
But even why? Like, why bother?
Why not
do a full feature?
This was a full feature.
This got nominated for 2 primetime Emmys, dog. Like, yo,
it won.
Right now? It won. Yeah.
Yeah, it won for special effects.
Yeah.
Which I gave it credit for the special effects.
That's why he wanted to do it. Just wanted to play with his toys.
Got a win. There was a win off of that. Like, I'm pretty. Was that merchandise on this? I'm not even 100% sure, but I think there was.
Well, then they spin off a cartoon and all that kind of other stuff. But
right,
and they
Droids cartoon.
Ewok stuff. Well, no, and then
the Ewoks cartoon.
Yeah.
And I'd like to review those. I would actually like to go through the Droids.
There we go.
The Ewoks I think those are both on Disney Plus because I do want to buy the Droids #1 comic. I keep looking at it and keep just kind of sitting there and like, do I need this? But I just like the design of the characters. Like it's so different than what we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay. It adds nothing. And as much as I love Burl Ives, like him narrating when they're giving everybody their like weapons. And then it's like, oh, there's 2 weapons left. Now they must go and seek. It's like fucking Lord of the Rings here.
Well, because you can't understand these fucking Ewoks talking, and they're the ones talking most of the time. They're saying words at some point.
Yo, he pulled a Caesar on me. I didn't even know that was coming. I was like, oh shit, he talks. I was like, oh.
Did he say like friend?
And it does add something. This movie tells the story of how Wicket becomes a stone cold fucking killer. Because Wicket has a body count at the end of this movie.
Hold on. We're getting into spoiler territory. So are we doing this?
We're in spoilers. Go ahead.
There we go. That was dope. You're welcome. I had to do it. I'm sorry.
Every character that dies that doesn't come from Mace fucking something up comes at the hands of Wicket in this movie.
It's true.
That spider, he goes to town on that spider.
I am not playing video.
Okay. Please do not play the video.
Yeah. But I mean, we can go through Endor. Beautiful scenery though. Like they did.
Oh, the locales are great. The matte paintings are great.
Don't just skip. Just jump it from the line, Sean.
Just jump. What you say?
Pull the line and jump further.
Okay. I was just jumping through.
Look at that. These Ewoks are all in a constant state of shock.
Oh no, they are. It looks
well because again, that's the thing, right? Like they can't even talk, and I think that's why they had their own language because their lips don't move.
But isn't there? And that's the thing. That's the thing that I like about Ewoks is it feels like to me is there's just something sinister lying just underneath that cuddly facade.
Well, we see them try to eat.
They're fucking. They carry spears. They have bones on their clothes and shit. Like these guys.
I like that, though. Hey, I like that, Steve. I like that part.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's intriguing about them. Like you only ever see them in this movie being like really friendly and helpful.
Remember, they use the heads of stormtroopers as drums.
Very true.
Yeah.
So
have you guys seen that like new little short that popped up online? It's like almost like body cam footage from a stormtrooper and that's like two stormtroopers in the forest at night and these Ewoks are hunting them and all you see is like red eyes in the distance. It's fucking creepy as shit.
I remember seeing that too. That was tough. Yeah. I like this part. This was like I'm assuming they used somebody real like floating on something.
Somebody got in a bear suit and went paragliding in California.
How dangerous was that? Did he die?
Where you go down, like there's hunters all around. Like you better get that suit off quick when you get down there, you know?
Could you imagine a hunter actually looking up and seeing a fucking bear paragliding? He'd be like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna shoot Bigfoot right out of the fucking sky right now. Tell me he doesn't exist. Pow! I found the missing link, bitch. Shot him right out of the sky. Couldn't believe it.
200 shot down an Ewok today.
Oh,
next
man.
On your San Franciscan news.
Oh,
but it's kudos to the little people actors they had in these suits because they're having them do all kinds of shit. And I guarantee you, you couldn't see nothing in those suits.
You know who one of the actors was? The guy from Bad Santa, the black guy.
Yeah.
He was one of the Ewoks. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, and it was like another lady that was like she was in Seinfeld, but like she was a known act. I mean, they did a great job with that.
Oh, she was in that one where he put the lips in his shoes.
Yeah, it was her. Yeah.
I like the two brothers here. They're always fighting with each other.
When they're fighting, it's great. The wrestling match between them is
Steve, now I'm telling you, like...
And they do a lot of physical acting. Like him when he walks up, the dad right here, he's like... and for me, as a person who loves Power Rangers, it's all about physical acting. You know what I mean? You got to sell shit with your hands because you can't see the fucking mouths moving.
Yeah.
Like and that's a great prop.
Yo, it's an X-wing. I mean, it's a speeder. It's the snow speeder from home. Yeah. So they built that off of that stuff like that. Like they use actual props from the Star Wars movies.
And like that little Ewok looks fucking awesome right there. Just gonna say, like, looks really good. Like they don't actually the folds in the suits they're noticeable, but not all the time. Like that looks pretty convincing right there. Yep. Like you can see the seams in their feet and shit sometimes when they're like really close to the camera, but
and then the movie starts to go sideways when you add the humans.
Yo, Steve, and I wanted to ask you this: like remaking this into an actual like Lord of the Rings-esque style movie would be awesome. With the
first, all the Ewoks would be CGI.
Of course,
so they would all work a lot better.
Of course.
Secondly, you probably wouldn't. I mean, kid actors nowadays
can act better than what they were back then.
So,
give that right money, like you getting the.
This was all filmed in like George Lucas's backyard. He owns all this land.
Yeah, I would love to see a remake of this. Like literally, I would, and make sure it's Like I would love to see this.
Would you enjoy it if they kept like because? Say what you want about this movie, but like I know we're not reviewing the sequel to this, but they Alien 3 the shit out of this story when the sequel comes out. Like, everybody's murdered in the opening scene. Like, what the fuck?
Really?
Oh yeah.
In the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're reviewing that next week.
Are we?
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
we are.
Spoiler. Sorry. I guess we're in spoilers, but
It really matters.
we get to see the origins of diabetes in a galaxy far, far away.
Diabetes. Oh, this like scene with the little girl being sick. I was like, man, like that was tough. I was just like, did she have like malaria or something? Because they made her look sick as all day.
Yeah, but like, so we were introduced to Mace just before this, and he immediately tries to fight and kill the Ewoks, who subdue him and take away his gun. So he's useless even against them.
I wanted to punch him in his face the whole time. I just wanted to just go.
Yeah. He doesn't understand him, so his answer is, let me yell. What? What do you mean?
I need more of this, more medicine, more medicine. Like, yo. Shut up.
Yo, he did
they
say
don't
that.
fucking understand you. Like, he just kept saying medicine. It wasn't until he picked up the bowl that he finally got it. But then he goes on this excursion and fucks that up by reaching his hand into who reaches their hand into a fucking tree with a creature in it, and it's a far off planet.
Yo,
I was telling Sean, I don't know if you catched where when he puts his arm in, it's his right arm, and then later on he's got the cut on his left hand.
Yeah. He's like, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, it's the wrong fucking hand. I know it's fine. Why don't you look at the one that was in the tree?
So is this like, is the
that was
bait
all
like
the way
fake,
in?
Fake baby Ewok? What's the?
I don't know. It was
I mean,
like a little
it's cute,
critter.
but like, I'm not reaching in a dark hole to grab it.
Yeah, with the tongue. Like, is it like the tongue?
Little things bite. Little things like that bite. Mice and rats and shit, they'll bite you. Why would you reach in for that?
Yo, so the funny fact on that one, that was actually the worm, the actual worm from Empire.
That comes out of the asteroid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
So that's a fun fact. Like, yeah, that was really cool.
Also, I've been in a lot of forests. There's not really a lot of like in every movie, there's always trees with these big, giant, hollowed out. It's super rare to see that.
Really? Well, so they got to the medicine. And now what is this? I can't even see half of the shit. Like, are we going on a journey? He was still acting like a prick. We're leaving. We don't need to be here.
They left.
They got to go see Logray.
And then we also, before, like when we saw the parents looking for the kids, that's when we got our first shot of what's the monster's name again?
Gorax.
The giant Lorax. The Lorax?
Is it the Lorax? Is it?
Is it the Lorax?
No, I think it's with a G, right?
Gorax.
Oh, so close. It's like, stop cutting down my trees.
I can't even remember when it was that in the beginning, Steve?
Yeah, the very beginning.
That was a very beginning too.
It was before even the Caravan of Courage. It was like the very beginning.
Holy shit.
Yeah, right in there.
That was a great scene too. Like the lighting was really cool.
Yeah, and you had no idea how big he was.
Yeah. No, I have questions about his size varies because he's so big and they do such tiny things that hurt him so much.
So, fun fact about that was actually John Berg in that suit. If you don't know who John Berg is, he's a part of Star Wars, model maker, all that kind of stuff, producer, all that kind of stuff. But like, he was in the suit that actually did all that stuff, which was, really cool to me. Like, I always thought that was great.
It's just
like,
awesome that they got these little miniature trees right in front of the camera,
he's
just walking through in the background. It looks so cool.
But see, they did it right though. They did it like everything, the angles right, the stop motion stuff. Everything was great that they did. Like, there was no problem. I never had any problems with like half of the stuff that they were doing. So we're jumping back to when they left and got chased by a monster, I guess. Was that the case?
Yeah. It was a giant fucking
rat dog
thing. Yeah.
But it was
the Ewoks came and killed it.
Look at the face. Oh, damn it. We almost had the face.
Did I have it? Right there. Like right there.
Look at that one Ewok's running the fuck away. He's like, I am out. Look at the motion lines on that. He is blurred. He's running so fast.
Yo, he bounced. Oh man,
But
I want to go to
Willow, Wicket, kill shot. Wicket's the one that shoots him with the dart, takes him down.
Yeah, I mean,
Stone Cold.
Willow's like a sniper. He's hanging out in the boulders, like I'm not even going in there. Watch this, pow, dead.
The practicals on that was really great too. Like I thought the practical monster, like right there, was.
That's a big model they built. You know, that's really.
But that's
cool.
shit that they was doing though. They was building crazy shit like that. Like they had time to do that kind of stuff. Like, great. Was that Phil Tippett? Probably.
So that monster is useless though.
Is Mace wearing the new Columbia outerwear?
Yeah,
it was modeled after him.
I think he did. Yeah. This is our Caravan of Courage line.
This looks like, if you didn't know, it looks like a movie where a bunch of teddy bears broke a prisoner out of jail.
This was cool just to see
Low gray.
Like that was a nice piece of, like, you know, Star Wars. Was it Empire Strikes Back? Not Empire, but Return of the Jedi stuff. Like I thought. Now let me ask you a question: are some of these Ewoks in Return of the Jedi? I don't know.
Well, Wicket is.
Definitely is.
Yeah,
Wicket's the one that meets Princess Leia.
Well, I know Wicket is, but like I was wondering if any of the other ones were. Like
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they didn't build new suits for this movie.
Yeah, well, they have a lot. They have they have a lot of Ewok heads in those in their warehouses. I seen a picture and they have like a shit ton of them going all the way across of different Ewok heads. So they had a lot of Ewoks out there doing this thing. So interesting. Moving forward, this is where they started going on their journey. Now, Steve, you talked about the part where they actually separated the rocks and like the little headdress piece and all that. I laughed because I didn't remember that part when he grabbed the rock. It was like, this is a rock. He just talked.
He fucks it up again. Yeah. And had Wicket not seen him do that and pick it up, because Wicket, again, fucking hero of the movie. Had he not done that,
well, he was
this whole fucking movie.
The Ewok that they marketed the most.
And this piece of shit, they're in this ceremony where everyone's getting told what to do, and he's like, "This must be for me." What the? No manners, no respect, no common sense. This kid is a menace.
So, is it just my dirty mind that I chuckled when they gave him the Red Wings of Courage?
It does take courage to earn those wings.
Wow. I did not even think of that, but now,
I always thought that these horses and like the little like fucking hut that's on the backs of them that they sit in, when I was a kid, I always thought that would be like the most awesome fucking thing to ride around in. I was like, that looks like so much fun.
Now, but in hindsight, you like, damn, that horse, I feel bad for that horse.
Yeah, I mean, he's right next to Mace there and doesn't look like he's very big. But I can't imagine they were actually in there. Like that's hollow. It's probably just styrofoam on a horse's back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But at the same time, Mace being a dick like that he was. Oh, I'm gonna walk the whole time. Come on, bro, for real. Like you really gotta come at us like that. Yeah, but he was a dick. A kid like
ungrateful.
Ungrateful. He was ungrateful when this part came. When they found the other dude.
Yeah. The Axe Man.
It was when the tree fell and he reacted like 2 minutes after the tree fell. It was horrible.
Yeah. What's not horrible about this movie, though?
Oh, this is.
See, what's that? What's that next to his right hand? What is that?
I don't know.
His lightsaber. Yeah.
Did he have a lightsaber?
Hanging. That's what it looks like.
I'm saying it's not a hilt. It's small, but like it fucking looks like one.
It's probably just
clipped on the same way. It's just a flashlight.
This was throwing the axe.
Yeah, the axe part. And then he comes back. He was like, he pulled a Robin Hood on his ass. And he came back. He was like, "Oh, you deserve to be here. We need you." I'm like,
why are like he's talking to them like they're deaf or like old, or they have to read his lips. Like he's talking to them like they're stupid, and it's just that they don't speak the same language. It's not anything other than that.
Oh, I love this part. I was like, oh, drowned.
Leave him under there.
He was under there for quite a while.
Yeah, end this real quick, please. Take this kid out of his misery. It's like, damn it. And they pulled him out, but I still felt like he was ungrateful. For some weird reason, I felt like he was ungrateful. But it was a cool scene, though. Again, Wicket coming to the rescue, Steve.
Wicket, hero. He's the only one that managed to get him out.
Yeah.
I did like some of the scenes where he was underwater and you could see the edge of the glass that he was banging on.
Oh, yeah.
The water. Some of that stuff's pretty cool. I like catching the little mess ups in it. God, imagine like this little girl. Like, no wonder they're feeding her lines. She's surrounded by little people in bear suits. She's like, what the fuck is going on? This is how we make movies, I guess. I don't know.
This little girl never acted again. Well, then the next one. Is she in the next one?
Yeah.
Well, that was the
same
one.
actress.
Mm-hmm.
Was she older?
I mean, I think it came out like 2 years after this.
Oh man, I gotta watch this one, Steve. Now I'm all curious and shit.
You didn't know? You have never seen Battle for Endor?
I don't think I watched it like that. Like I don't remember it anyway.
Like I like how they just like it's supposed to be a pony, but that's like a full man on a real horse.
It wasn't. I didn't even repeat that.
That is not a little person, and that is not a pony.
That is a full man on a horse. All right, a little's getting tired. He's like, man,
okay.
I'm tired of this bullshit.
This though, this all could go away. I don't like any of this. I don't like this.
Little staticky fairies.
Yeah,
it is a long scene.
This whole Tinkerbell bullshit that's going on.
I agree.
And all it does is give Mace an opportunity later to kill the axe guy. Because that's all he does. The axe guy was doing just fine until Mace releases that fucking thing.
Yep.
Special effects and sound effects from Willow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh, this is like a Willow scene.
But Willow came after this.
Well, the funny part is this was kind of a like they were trying to see if Warwick Davis could be Willow. So they were trying to
put him in a bear costume where he can't talk.
Well, they were trying to see how
Warwick lick the teeth again.
They were trying to see how well he acted, so he could be in. Like this was just like his first movie. So like,
wasn't he even Jedi?
Well, he was in Jedi, but yeah. But like they were trying to, but this was after. But they were trying to see it so that he could fill that Willow role, and this was like his.
Were you saying that this story takes place before Jedi or after Jedi?
Yes, before Jedi.
Yeah, it's between Empire and Jedi.
Because he seems like Wicket seems like he's gonna stab Princess Leia, but here when he meets them, he's like, "Hey, what's up?"
I mean, if you had to hang around with Mace all that time, the next human you see, you're gonna stab him.
Like, I just fucking got rid of that kid. Who are you?
This was weird. Like that whole animation of this was it was like I actually thought that she was gonna become like real. Like this, I'm sort of thinking this is Legend and shit. Like, oh, she becomes a real like fairy or some shit at some point, but no, it's not the case.
I was waiting for when Sindel put the candle down in the middle of all of like the pine needles that she's going to burn the whole damn forest down. Well, the first thing went through my head.
Not even that. I felt like she killed all those little fairies that went into that little thing. Like it bothered me.
It's like a bug light.
She just sucked all their souls up. It's a soul-sucking candle she's carrying around.
It bothered me so much.
Oh, it's an everlasting candle so long as you have the souls of fairies. What?
Only one survived, and Mace puts it in his pocket.
Oh,
but there are these shots, though, these great fucking caravan shots, that are just those landscape shots out of Lord of the Rings. You get to see the whole troop walking around.
I was thinking like that.
Good music.
I was like, Lucas loved all that. Like, he loved all that. The Lord of the Rings and stuff. Like, I wonder, like, if he felt like this was kind of like based off of that, and he wanted to use that kind of.
Oh, for sure. He's always been a fantasy. Everything's fantasy with him. It's just he just has a sci-fi spin to it, but it's all based in fantasy. It's all knights and kings and emperors and wizards, magic.
Where's your rock, Mace? Where'd you put your
You
rock?
fucking threw it away. Oh. Fucking. And then Lordo. They keep calling people Lordos. That's a bad word. And somebody calls Mace that too. Right here.
What's a Lordo?
I don't know, but they say it's to people that like they just killed after a fight, and they say
Really?
I think it means the R word.
If you actually put on the closed caption, like, and when the Ewoks talk, it's called Ewokis.
I know. I was watching with subtitles. They didn't tell you anything that they were saying. It just
it
spells it out phonetically.
Yeah,
I was like, Deha. I was like, what the? I guess that means goodbye. I'm just gonna go.
Well, that was one of my problems. In the very beginning, we get tons of narration from Burl Ives.
Right.
And then we get into the main movie and Burl Ives like disappears. I could have used some explanation at a few moments. Like there's different things going on. I'm like, what the hell are they saying? What's going on? All of a sudden he's gone.
Olo, how'd you feel about this spider scene, Olo?
It was fine. I mean, I thought the spider was garbage.
I love old school, cheap falling down cliff effects into darkness. You know, it just kind of like fades out of light. Not really.
So for your remake, Sean, could you imagine doing this scene, but you use the cave spiders from The Mandalorian? That would be scary as shit.
That'd be great. Or Lord of the Rings. You're like,
the Lord of the Rings spider. Or even fucking
but those ones look like real spiders as opposed to like the ones from the Mandalorian. Those had like that Star Wars spin to them.
Yeah.
You don't need. I mean, giant spiders don't need a spin.
Look at the size of these fucking steps. Look how big this motherfucker is. Cool, this Lorax guy is huge.
You talking about this right here, Steve?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like all the things they do to like hurt him don't make any sense if he's that big. It'd be like a grasshopper throwing rocks at you. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but those steps weren't big as shit. And the spider's still on their ass, ain't he?
I mean, but he just kind of stands there like, and then Wicket lays down and guts it. Adds another notch to Wicket's fucking kill stick.
Wicket, yo, hero of the story. Yeah.
And is this gun out of ammunition or not?
He shakes it and it gets more, right? Like,
but then the mom uses it later on after it's dead.
It's a fucking shake weight gun.
The mom uses it later on, and she's like killing Terminator with that shit. She's like,
that shit looked like a Ghostbusters gun when she shot it. I was like, damn, she unlocked a new ability.
Across the streams.
Oh man, I mean, we're getting close to the end, man. Like.
No, is that a squashed Ewok?
I've been at the end.
That is a terrible screenshot.
Sorry, screenshot.
So
it's a great shot.
Well, it's a dead Ewok on screen.
One of the things that stands out that drives me crazy. So they use the whole axe catapult to launch Mace up there.
Right.
When he gets launched up, he does not have a rope. If he uses a rope that's already up there, why the hell didn't the parents just escape on their own?
Because of the giant. If they got down halfway, it would have eaten him.
He's going to eat him anyway.
No, it doesn't seem like he was waiting yet. He was saving them for Thanksgiving.
I'll wait for that. They've been there for days. I would have waited until that motherfucker went to sleep. They've been out.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was hard to get out of that thing.
Wow. Look at the space in those bars.
There's a lot of space in there. You could easily squeeze.
Although back in the day, you would have been screwed. But right now, you'd have been able to get out of there right now. So why do these parents can't get out of there?
Don't know.
They're in no hurry.
I'm here to rescue you, and they like kick him off the fucking thing, and he falls to his death.
Back in the day, that thing would have not been able to hang that long. My fat ass would have made it fall to the ground. And I would have fucking turtled.
The Lorax puts you in there, and it's like the bottom just falls out. Oh,
we need to reinforce this shit.
Oh, look there, they have finally
Don't die.
Dude, this line, this acting here, when he was crying about him dying, was the fucking worst. Like, oh my God. I don't even know what you're saying. He's like, you can't. This is your axe. I was like,
but then like he really gets over it really fast. He like stands up. He's like, okay, I will take your axe. And he just runs off.
And he rips the axe out of his cold, dead hands.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, why'd you have to spit on him right before you left, too? What the fuck?
And then he went back and kicked him. Like 5 minutes later, he just comes back and gives him one swift kick. Like,
hey, where'd that guy go? Why are you covered in blood and have his axe? What's happening?
Oh man, I can't. Yeah,
no, it's like, please don't die, no.
Yep, it's on the screen. There it is. Please don't die, no. Give me that fucking axe.
Give me your shit. Oh man, yo.
And then he throws his little axe.
But like
it is a giant.
But wait, but you saw when they caught those little fairies, how small they were in the palm of their hands. They were so tiny. And then they throw it at this thing, and it's fucking flying around its head. Its head's got to be the size of, I don't even know, a bus, something. And that thing's huge flying around its head. Like, does it just grow depending on who it's around?
Yep.
And then he throws his tiny little axe. So he basically toothpicks the giant, and it hurts him somehow.
I was like, really? It doesn't even go in. It just kind of sticks on the surface. It's like, the flesh wound.
All that fucking hair? No way. That axe didn't even fucking break the skin.
That motherfucker came back, though. He came back like a champ. He's like,
look at Mace walk up like he's gonna do shit.
He's gonna yell at it.
I wish you'd eaten a dog.
Reached up and grabbed his foot right before he fell. Yeah.
Straight Gandalf move. That would have been great.
Now the dad has the gun. Why do you have the gun?
Oh man,
he's got to give it to the wife to do the kill shot.
Was that what it was? I can't even remember.
I'm very proud of you for fucking everything up and almost dying.
Thanks a lot.
I'm very proud of you. Yeah, because you crashed the ship that brought us here and got us kidnapped. I'm very proud of you.
And you left the ship, so we had to go looking for you.
Look, it's Lori Petty.
Is that who it was?
Was that who it was?
No.
Oh, I was going to be like, holy shit.
Well, you never know. And that was pretty much the end.
I like how they get it. The first thing they do when they get to the Ewoks village is to take showers and wash their clothes.
Yeah, no shit. Perfectly clean. Look at that.
That hair has product and has been feathered. Okay.
The Ewoks are dirty as shit. These people are super clean with new fucking clothing.
They do look dirty.
I bet you they got fucking fleas too. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably itchy shit.
They got ticks in them and there. They eat the ticks and shit off. Ugh, gross.
So here's an interesting little tidbit for you. The dad's role in this.
Mm-hmm.
You know who auditioned to play that part?
Who?
Robert Englund.
Wow. Although this has been a whole different movie.
He should have fucking got it. Then he would have fucking just like tore some shit up. He would have never let his son do this shit. He would have just backhand his son and said, "I'm taking this shit now, bitch," and then just.
You're welcome, Alil.
It's true. It's true. This picture here haunts my nightmares.
I think the Ewoks are untapped. They have untapped potential.
I agree, Steve.
I don't think they do though, because I don't think kids give a shit about them. Kids
could
don't
if you did a slight, if you changed their look just enough to make them actually look cute, but also they could look like fearsome at the same time. Like you could see a little switch. Like if you
found in the cartoon, like in the Ewok cartoon.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, don't give them such buck teeth, like just tone some of
that
that stuff
so
down.
Dry.
Yeah, they look like they need chapstick, and their hair looks like it needs to be, like the Wookiees. They look all right.
They need like chapstick. Like
they
prefer Burt's Bees. Sorry,
I agree with Steve. If this could be redone and CG bears and everything else, a good story. I'm pretty sure they can get a good story at this point. I'm 100% sure we're going to see Ewoks again in some formation in this Star Wars universe. There's no way that they're going to not let that go untapped. No way.
Sean, it's been, 40 years since the fucking Ewoks have been on screen?
Yeah.
They've let it go untapped.
Well, they have, but this
they don't give a shit about the Ewoks. If they did, we would have seen them at least show up somewhere.
How much you want to bet?
They've brought back every other type of character, type of creature, except
they even brought in new ones. They get porgs and those other little babu characters.
Dude, my kids still love the fucking porgs.
The porgs are garbage.
They love them. Don't matter.
Garbage.
They love them. Alex has a little fucking collection of porgs.
I'm telling you, they're gonna come back. We're gonna see them back.
Maybe, but I mean, I don't know. It's weird.
They could do some cool shit with, like, give me like a they got a new Planet of the Apes movie coming out. Give me a Planet of the Apes movie, but like Ewoks. I want to see 2 warring factions of Ewoks going at it. And then them having to team up to fight the fucking Empire that comes down and starts fucking shit up. Yes.
Missing opportunities for good content, isn't it? Isn't it a rarity?
It isn't. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you haven't done it for 40 years, what's to say that they're going to do it sometime down the road? Because it is a character faction that this new generation hasn't really embraced. If they did, we would have seen it.
But they haven't been given an opportunity to because they haven't come out with nothing new in 40 years.
Right. And this generation cares about Grogu. This generation cares about porgs. Just you know what I mean? So it's like, you have the opportunity.
But you just have to tell. You have to tell a good story that will make that happen. They haven't told a good story with. I mean, how do you tell a story with Ewoks? You can definitely go back to Endor. I'm telling you, there's something there. They just have to find the right storyteller to do it.
But I'd rather them spend time with the fucking Wookiees than go back to Endor. Mm-hmm. Like, how much time have we spent with them? Not much.
I prefer the Ewoks. So
you just need the right marketing person.
Chewbacca sells.
I like the whole motif. I like the forest, the tree houses with the bridges and shit. I love all that stuff. It's just cool
I mean, they still do. They still have plush Ewoks and stuff that
Sean, you remember the fucking Endor level from Battlefront 2?
Yes.
You could run around on the actual trees and run around the bridges, and you could be an Ewok and fuck somebody up with a spear. It was great.
Hello, I'm gonna tell you right now. Look at this shit right here, and you can't tell me that they trying to figure something out at some point.
Of course,
big
I said Ewok.
Big ass Ewok.
Damn, $500, not worth it.
No, I agree, Steve. Not worth it at all. There's no detail in this at all. It doesn't even look. It looks weird.
That looks terrifying. that headshot right there. This has got black sockets. Oh my god, that is the stuff of nightmares.
I'm going in dry. But at the same time, they trying to do something with that. Like, damn, like why did they make it so big? I just don't get it. But
it's life size.
I mean, it is life size. Not bad. I probably would buy that too, just to have it in the house. I don't know. There's something there, a little. Like I'm telling you, they gonna try to resurge that thing back. It's gonna be something.
So are we really doing Caravan of the Battle for Endor next week?
Yes.
Oh shit. I really didn't mean to spoil anything from that.
That's all right. No, next week we'll be in here next week talking about another Ewoks adventure.
It's not as good as this one.
Yeah. Probably isn't. I mean, listen, we're a Star Wars show, so yes, we're going to be doing Star Wars shit going forward.
The fact that you just said it's not as good as this one. Fucking hey.
A little.
I mean, you do get rid of Mace right away, so
all right.
It has that going for it.
We an hour in. I didn't want to make this show that long, so
his death is the greatest thing on screen. All right.
We said it all. We did everything we could.
Hero.
I might lower my shit to as low as I kick it.
0 for a little. Technically a 0 for a little.
Those words will never come out of my mouth if this is Hero.
All right, man. Till next time, this is Sean.
This is Steve. Oh, I didn't know the order, so.
Do that.
And this is Ed.
And may the force be with you.